All right, you guys. Everyone doing okay today? Yeah? Awesome. Yay. Okay, let's get started with our meditation, and as people kind of trickle in, they'll join us when they're ready. Okay. All right. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Take a moment and let your seat feel really grounded. All right, so I like to do the rock back and forth a few times just to adjust my seat. And when you feel like the right and left sides of your body are grounded and they feel nice and heavy and relaxed, let your spine feel very light. And for today, just make a few little circles, just tiny little circles. Hands on the knees helps. And just circle the body around, relax the head and neck and jaw. And breathe into the low back. And then just softly switch directions, circle the body around the other way, relaxing head, neck, and jaw. And breathing into the low back. All right, and then as you unwind that circle, now let your spine feel really nice and tall. Bring your thumb and index finger together. Either rest your hands on your knees, or if you wish, you can bring your palms together in your lap. And begin to notice the sound of your breath. So always first thing is notice where you are, notice how your body's feeling today, so you can give yourself exactly what you need. And as you listen to the sound of your inhale, allow it to move a little deeper into your body. So imagine the inhale moving into the low belly, into the low back, into the sides of the rib cage. And as you breathe, imagine the inhale now becoming wider, moving the rib cage out to the sides like a balloon, spreading energy all around. And then see if you can slow down your breath, like you're stretching it out. You're making it a little bit longer on the inhale, and just a little bit longer on the exhale. And from here, I'm going to ask you to count inside your mind. Okay, we're going to count to 5 as we inhale, and then we're going to hold for up to a count of 5, and then we're going to exhale for a count of 5. If this makes you nervous or you feel like you're running out of breath, you're going to ignore what I'm saying, and you're going to inhale less or exhale quicker. Okay, but let's try and do it together. Inhale slowly, pause, hold, exhale slowly, pause and hold. Repeat, inhale slowly, take a really deep breath. Pause and hold. Exhale slowly. Pause and hold. One more cycle. Inhale slowly, but deep breath. Deep, 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 deep. You can go slow and you can still take a deep breath. Pause and hold. Exhale slowly. And pause and hold. From here, place one hand on your heart, one hand on your navel. As you connect to your body and you connect to your breath, let your breath be what it wishes right now, right? If it wants to go slow, if it wants to go fast, but allow yourself to feel comfortable. And today we're going to focus on something called santosha, which we can translate in English roughly as contentment, being content, being okay, being satisfied with what we have. And I'll talk about this more as we move through class. But for now, I want you to think of all the good things in your life that make you feel content. And as you breathe those in, just tell yourself internally, I am happy for, I am content because I have, fill in the blank, right? Joy. I'm content because I have a family. I'm content because I have a home, right? All of these things, they could be little, they could be huge. But think of 2 to 3 things now that you feel content for, that you feel santosha for. And as you inhale, draw that in. As you exhale, just clear the body completely. As you inhale again, draw in, what am I content for? Where is the santosha in my life? As you exhale, release everything else out. And one more breath. And exhale. Stay relaxed. When you hear the sound of the bell, you can softly open your eyes. Thank you. Once is good. Okay. Thank you. All right, come around. Hands and knees pose. We are going to begin with cat and cow, like we normally do. And then if you joined and you don't have a belt, if you didn't see the chat window, grab a belt or grab a strap, anything that you can loop around your toes. Okay, because eventually we're going to do some stuff on our back and then some balancing stuff. Okay, so inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round, release, and let go. And move really slow today. Find that feeling of contentment in the breath, right? Not having to force it and just allowing. Deep breath as you move in. Exhale, release the breath all the way out. 2 more cycles. Find your inhale. Open the chest. Open the collarbone. Spread energy into the front. Find your exhale. Completely round. Release. Let it go. Maybe lift the navel to the spine. Let's take one more like that. Deep breath. And exhale, completely release. Press back into child's pose. I'm just going to check to make sure everyone's muted. Press back into child's pose. And as you press back into child's pose, take a few deep breaths. Reach your fingertips forward. Press your sacrum, your pelvis all the way back. Breathe into the sides of your body. Stretch the body long. One more deep, full breath. And then inhale and come on back up. Okay. So yesterday we worked with a lot of circular movements. We're going to begin with a few more circular stuff today, and we're going to do the opposite today. So it's balance, right? We're going to do more linear movements. So draw the right knee to the chest. Here's our next circular series. Right knee out to the side and circle that thigh in the hip socket. Okay, so you can imagine the doggy doing, their business, right? Classic doggy on the fire hydrant thing. Or just visualize deep, deep, deep full circles. If you have the ability to slow it down, go as slow as you can, because you'll actually get more out of it than if you go fast. And now just switch directions. So go back with the knee and then lift it up and around towards the shoulder and then down in towards the belly. Super slow, okay? Use your strength in the belly. Use that core strength to stabilize the knee, to stabilize the hip. One more full, wide, deep circle. Exhale and release. Okay, stretch that right leg back. Just turn to the outside of the right foot for a moment, to the pinky edge. And then you're going to turn to the toes and you're going to switch. Rotate that right foot internally to the big toe edge. And repeat one more time. Inhale through the center. Exhale to the outer edge. And inhale to the center. Exhale to the inner edge. Okay, second side. So now your left knee lifts up and then slowly out to the side and circle, circle, circle. Find those tight spots. Breathe into them. Inhale as you move the knee towards the elbow. Then start your exhale as the knee comes back around and in towards the belly. One more, super slow and controlled circle in this direction. And then switch directions. Move the knee back and up. And then slowly around and towards the elbow, then back into the belly. And again, move the knee first, move it up and back, then out to the side, and then slow and controlled back in towards the belly. Use your stomach muscles one more time. Inhale slowly. And as you move back in towards the belly, begin your exhale. And then straighten that left leg, right? Give it a stretch. Roll to the pinky edge, to the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale. Switch, roll to the inner edge, the big toe edge of that left foot. One more time. Inhale through center. Exhale to the outer edge. And inhale to center. Exhale through the inner edge. Okay. One more side body opening, knees together. I'm in a mirror image, so keep your right knee down, stretch your left leg straight, keep your right hand down, right shin down, reach your left arm up to the sky. A deep breath, inhale. So circle first, circle the arm up and over, open that shoulder joint, inhale, reach up, exhale all the way up and over. And if your shoulders bother you, you can always reduce the circle, and I would then circle across the shoulder joint like a helicopter wing, okay? And make like a half circle and across. Otherwise, one more circle as wide as you can. And then if you want to play with balance, push your right shin down, push your right arm down. So use these muscles on the sides of the body, right? Our obliques, mostly, we're activating. And then you can lift your left leg up and balance. Take a deep breath. Or you can keep that left foot down. Reach, 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 and stretch. Exhale and release. Swing your left leg out to the side. So we started this way yesterday as well. Walk your arms forward. Puppy dog stretch. Really stretch. Don't just collapse. Push down with the outer edge of your left foot. Lift your belly muscles. Walk your fingertips forward. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Relax the head. And then switch sides. Walk your hands back in. I'm going to turn to face you. Okay? So you're going to keep your left knee down. I'm mirror imaging. Your left arm down. Your right leg is straight. Use your belly muscles. Use that right inner thigh to make that right leg strong. And then slowly circle that arm up and over. And always adjust, right? If this circle doesn't feel good, go across the shoulder. Otherwise, move in as wide a range of motion as you can. One more, slow, really controlled circle, and then pause. If you want to play with balance, push the left arm, push the left shin, use these side body muscles, and then slowly lift your right leg and play. But stretch in both directions, otherwise you'll create tension. Or put your right foot down and stretch here. Deep breath. Reach, take your right hand down, swing your right leg out to the side, and then puppy dog pose here. Walk your arms forward, press down with the pinky edge of the right foot, lift your belly, stretch your fingertips forward, pull your pelvis back, relax your head. Take a deep breath, exhale completely. Okay, all right, now we're gonna come onto the back. So make sure that you have something. Even if you can touch your toes, right? Even if you can do this, I prefer that you have a strap or a belt, anything, right? A scarf will work. Anything that you can loop around, a kitchen towel. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Okay, you're gonna lay down with your legs together, your back flat. So it's gonna seem easy, but if you work all your muscles, it's not as easy as it looks. And then we'll go into balance postures later on. So that's really important that we do it on our back first. Let's take an easy twist. Draw your right knee to your chest. Hug the right knee in tight, but make sure your left leg is working. So imagine you're pressing it into a wall. It's not just hanging out in space. And then right arm out to the side. Take your opposite hand, so left hand on top of the right knee, and just twist it over the body. You don't have to have the knee touch the ground, and you certainly don't have to look towards your straight arm. You can look straight up at the sky. Take a deep breath. Keep stretching through that straight leg, that left leg, and then release. Switch sides. Stretch your right leg straight. Draw your left knee into your chest. Now my right leg is super active. It's pressing forward. I'm breathing into the belly, the pelvis. And then I switch arms. I take my right hand on my left knee. My left arm comes out from the shoulder, and I start to twist. So again, I can keep my gaze forward. I can keep that left knee hovering. You know, I can support it underneath. Or if I go all the way down, my hips are going to move. Most likely my left shoulder will lift up. Okay, so don't force the twist. It's still pretty early for most everyone's body. Take one more breath and release. Okay, right knee into the chest. Grab a hold of your strap. You're going to loop your strap around the arch or the ball of the right foot. Okay, it doesn't matter to me. I prefer ball, but it tends to roll, so arch is fine. For now, I don't want the heel. Okay, so arch or ball of the right foot. And you're going to spread the toes, and you're going to create a nice, strong arch. So it's almost as if you're pointing your foot, and then you pull the toes back. Okay, so imagine pointing like a ballerina, and then pulling the toes back. Left leg is still straight. I'm pressing down with my left heel. And then you can use both of your arms. I would bring the elbows on the ground if you have a long enough strap, so you're not like tensing your shoulders. And you know you'll find your edge because you're going to feel the hamstring fire. But you'll also know if you go too deep because your pelvis will start to move. So keep the pelvis really strong. Imagine there's a huge sandbag, right? Or like a 25-pound brick on your belly. It's not moving. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Deep breath. So Santosha, okay? It's helpful to have something to think about when we're doing these uncomfortable stretches. Make sure you're breathing. Deep breath. Exhale completely. So there's two actions, two types of actions in yoga. The yamas and the niyamas. Those are written in the chat. You can look at them later on. One more breath here. Maybe bring the right foot a little closer. Okay. Now take the strap or your belt in your right hand. So right hand has the strap and belt. I'm going to rotate the leg out to the side. Externally rotate. My toes point out to the side. Place your left hand on your left hip to keep yourself from rocking forward. Use your right elbow. Okay? Right elbow is going to dig into the ground and open your right leg out to the side. So the elbow helps a lot. Otherwise, you're going to strain your shoulder. Don't pull like this with the shoulder. It'll lift your head up and create tension in the neck. Stretch. Keep your left hand on your left hip. If your body starts to move this direction, you've gone too far. I want the hip to stay on the ground. And stretch. Deep breath. And ideally, I want the foot going towards my head, not down this direction. Okay, so as high up as I can, and then towards my head. So contentment, santosha, is one of these internal actions that yoga asks us to do. And it's this idea of being content, being satisfied with what we have. And right now, I want you to be content with where you are in your stretch. Just breathe through it. One more breath. Press through the left leg, press through the right. Both legs are stretching. All right, inhale, come back up to center. Now you switch. Now your left arm takes a hold of the strap. Your right arm can stay out to the side or not, right? Classically out to the side. I'm going to stretch the leg up and over, and I'm going to pause. I'm not going to let the foot touch the ground yet. I want to stretch the back of my body here, the outer hip, the IT band, which is the muscle that runs, not a muscle, excuse me. It runs from the outer knee to the outer hip and then into the bum, right? Into the muscles in the glute. Then when I feel like I've gotten a little bit of a stretch, I can let the foot go on the ground, or I can rest it on a pillow or a block. Keep pressing through your left leg, right? Your leg that's straight. It's like you're standing on it. Deep breath, reach, reach, reach. All right, with an inhale, come back up to center. Release the strap. Take a moment, draw your right knee back into your chest. And then open the right knee out to the side like you're doing tree pose on your back. Okay, so right heel comes somewhere towards the inner thigh, or you can even put it below the knee, right? If your knee doesn't go up this high. Reach your arms out to the sides. Find your tree on your back. Reach your arms up to the sky. And then release. Hug both knees into your chest. Okay, interlace your fingers. If you want, you can lift your head, kind of tighten your belly muscles, make a little bowl, and then release. Okay, second side. Right leg is straight. Left knee comes into the chest. Grab a hold of your strap. Stretch your left leg up to the sky. Strap goes around the ball joint, or it can slide to the arch, all right? Both hands on the strap ideally, both elbows on the ground. Press down with your right heel so that bottom leg is working. Deep breath. So in times like this, when everything's kind of turned around on us, right, and we're not doing anything that we do normally, the way that we normally do it, everything seems to be different. I think it's important to remember this concept of santosha, contentment. And the idea of santosha, breathe, okay? Make sure you're breathing, deep breaths. The idea of santosha is not to just relax and do nothing. It's to keep working at your goals. It's to keep making yourself a stronger person. It's to keep diving into the things that bring you alive. Okay. Take your left hand to the strap, just the left hand. Externally rotate the left leg so toes are pointing away from the body. Right hand comes on the hip, so I don't want to lift my right hip up. Open the left leg as towards the head as high as you can. Left elbow's on the ground to help support me. Reach through both legs. Right leg presses forward, left foot presses up and away. Deep breaths. Breathe into the low back. Imagine you're moving the breath through the legs. Like the breath begins in the chest and it moves out, out, out through the body. So as you work with this idea of santosha, ask yourself, how can I challenge myself so that I am even more content with who I am, right? And then how can I be okay with those things that are out of my control? Slowly bring the leg back into center, switch hands, right hand on the strap. Remember, we're just gonna go a little bit over at first, not all the way. You're gonna stretch that IT band, the muscles in the bum, the glutes. Then when you get a little stretch, then you can start to lower that right foot either all the way down or you can rest it on something like a pillow. Stretch through that straight leg as you lower the left foot, excuse me. Stretch through that straight right leg. Reach both legs, reach them, reach them, reach them. And then inhale, on an inhale, use your belly muscles, come back into center. Bend your left knee. Bend your right knee. If you like doing that little belly activation, interlace your fingers, kind of curl up, use those belly muscles. And then take your feet down, stretch it out with a bridge pose, so feet flat. Curl your tailbone up a little bit, and as if you're kind of lifting from the tailbone, belly drops to the spine. Let's take our arms and our legs up at the same time. Do like a little floating bridge stretch. And then slowly lower the arms, slowly unwind the spine, lower the hips. One more time, flowing bridge. Inhale, stretch. Reach, grow longer, longer, longer. Exhale, slowly lower arms and hips. Last time, inhale, stretch, reach the arms, reach the hips up, and then take your elbows and like you're making, I call them robot arms. My elbows are going to be bent like this with the back of my arms on the ground and my palms facing each other like a robot, okay? From robot arms, open the collarbones, open the chest, so kind of dig back with the tricep and the back of the shoulder. You can even tuck the shoulder blades under. Press down with the back of the arms, lift your hips. You're going to use the bum muscles not squeezing together like you're reaching them towards the back of the knees, okay? As if you're trying to make these muscles on your bum grow longer. You're actually using more of the upper hamstring. Take one more breath, release your robot arms, bring your palms down, and slowly lower, lower, unwind the spine all the way down. Wiggle, waggle your knees back and forth. Come into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Arms lift up, take a deep stretch. Hook your thumbs as if you're trying to pull them apart. Stretch them up to the sky. And then release. Roll over to one side. And come back to hands and knees pose. All right, from hands and knees pose. Pad your knees if you know your body enjoys a little extra padding. And step your right foot forward into a lunge. And bring your left knee down. Line up your right knee right over your right ankle. Keep your back knee behind you, so I'm not this direction. I'm not resting on that left knee. Reach your arms up to the sky, and as you do, you can pull your pelvis back a little. Hook your thumbs one more time. Stretch your arms up tall. Stretch them tall, 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 tall. Try and remember your arms are connected to your back. So if you're stretching your arms, you're actually stretching from the back. Take one more breath. Open the arms out to the sides. You can use your hands for support. You can walk your front foot in. So now I'm more into a little bit more 90 degrees. Not completely, because I don't like to put all that weight on that back knee. But the front knee is closer to the body. Take your right hand on your right thigh. Reach your left arm up and twist. Okay, so some of you are going to twist here. You're going to bring the back of your palm to the outside of your right knee. Okay, we just did 2 twists on our back, so your body's warmed up for something. Some of you can slide down lower. Some of you, when you reach over, you're going to be able to hook your elbow. But don't force the elbow if it creates tension in your shoulders. Don't do hand to the ground yet. We're not ready for that. Make a fist if you've hooked your elbow with your bottom arm. Take your top arm, push. Okay? And then relax the head back. So you're not rounding forwards. Push down with your right heel, push down with your right palm, open up through the spine. Okay, if you're in this version, you can open the right arm behind you and twist this way. Take one more breath, exhale and release. Okay, cat and cow, 3 rounds. If you want to stretch it into down dog, you may. Okay, but I do recommend cat and cow for 3 rounds and then either child's pose or downward facing dog. But don't rush, right? Be content with your cat and cow. Really move consciously through the body. As you inhale, move even more consciously as you exhale. Find that place of deep contentment. And then either child's pose Nice and sweet. Stretch the pelvis back. Or downward facing dog. And tuck your toes under. Lift the belly. Stretch. Push the arms. Push through the legs. Okay. Come back. Hands and knees pose second side. Step your left foot forward. Low lunge. This one will go low, so the right knee goes way back. Left ankle over left heel. Lift your spine up. Hook your thumbs and reach your arms forward and up. And again, it's you're not just lifting the arms up. Remember, my arms are connected to my back, so I'm stretching my spine. Push down with your left heel so you get energy moving through that front leg. Use your belly muscles, lift. Stretch, go taller, taller, taller. Exhale and release. Okay. Shift back a little bit. So I'm just going to turn around to face you so you can see what I'm doing on this side as well. Option number one, I'm shifting back a little. I take my right arm and I reach it around, and maybe I bring the back of the palm to the knee and my left arm opens to the side. I've shortened my stance. My right knee is still behind me, but my left foot wasn't as far forward as it was a moment ago. Okay. Option two is you take your right arm and you reach it across, and maybe you hook your elbow to the outside. Make a fist with the bottom arm. Press down with the top arm, and as you push, lean your head away. Okay, so you want to lengthen the spine. You don't want to round it. Push down with your left heel. Deep breath, inhale. Lean, press, breathe. One more breath. And then exhale and release. Okay, back to cat and cow. We'll all go to down dog after this one, so enjoy some cat and cow. Open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale, open the chest. Tuck your toes under. Grab a hold of the mat. Downward facing dog. So down dog, you can have your heels lifted and your knees bent, but attempt to keep your arms straight. I like to grab a hold of the edges of my mat because it helps open my shoulders. And if you've got shoulder tensions, shoulder issues, it will help to pull. Here, pull, 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 like you're trying to rip your mat apart. Take one more breath. Slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Keep your knees bent. Stay in a forward fold. Either grab a hold of your forearms if you're comfy here, or maybe take your hands to your ankles or your shins. Relax the head, relax the jaw. Take a deep breath. Stay in the forward fold. Interlace your fingers behind you. Keep your knees bent. Reach your arms up and back. Take a deep breath. As the arms reach up and back, the chest and sternum reaches down and forward. Inhale. Exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale. Reach the arms up and back. You'll lift your chest just a little bit. Lift the belly muscles. Keep the knees bent. Exhale and fold. All right, relax the arms. Bring the weight in the heels. Slowly roll up to standing. Use your belly muscles. Relax your head, neck, and jaw. All right, I'm going to move the camera up so you can see me a little bit as I'm standing. Oh, sorry, that's a little too high. Okay, that's going to be better. All right, balance series with your strap. Okay, so you can probably guess where we're going because we just did it on the ground. So we're going to do it standing. So first, let's just practice balancing on one leg. Oh, I forgot tree pose on the other side. Darn it. It's okay. We'll make up for it here. All right. Bring your weight onto your left leg. Lift your right knee up. Circle slowly. You don't have to go all the way around like we did yesterday. But circle slowly in one direction. Circle slowly in the other. Okay. And then come from here, come into a tree pose. So foot can go down or foot can go up towards the inner thigh. You don't actually need your strap quite yet. Play with balance, right? Remember our palm tree, right? You can wave your palm tree. See if you can keep your tree standing. Classic tree would be to reach your arms up to the sky. Maybe hook your thumbs, or you could also interlace your fingers like a Charlie's Angels, make a pointer. Reach and stretch. All right, exhale and release. Let it go. Second side, put your weight on your right leg. Lift your left knee up, and then just make a little circle. So you want to use your belly muscles, you want to use your deep core muscles, and then circle the opposite way. Try and keep your hips from wobbling as you move. And then find tree here. So foot can go down or foot can go higher up. Just don't put the foot directly on the knee. Play with balance, right? If your palm tree is waving in the wind, see if you can stay upright. Notice which muscles have to engage to do that. Classic tree, right? Charlie's being angels kind of fingers, or hook your thumbs. Reach up, go tall, 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 tall. Exhale and release. Okay. Just move your head to one side, stretch out the opposite neck. Move your head to the other side, stretch out the opposite neck. Back to center. Roll up, roll your shoulders up and back, and roll your shoulders back and forth. Right. Here's the fun part, okay? Don't get attached. Santosha, contentment. It doesn't matter if you fall. It really doesn't. In fact, it's kind of more fun if you fall because you get to play. Take your strap, bring it around just like you did on your back, okay? If right away you're like, whoa, I'm wobbling here, you're gonna go to a wall, okay? So in this case, I'd go to a wall. The leg that's standing is gonna be close to the wall. The other leg's gonna have a strap on it. Okay? I'm gonna demo away from the wall and do my best to stand or fall with contentment, okay? Place it around the arch of the foot. Take your left hand to your hip. Now, if you were on your back and you only got your leg to here, you're not going to get it up to here when you're standing. So you're going to go to what you did on your back. That was the key to show you this is what I can do, okay? Stretch your leg straight and attempt to lift it up. Now, as you do this, most of us will lean back. Don't lean back. Pretend you're still on the ground. Back should be flat. Well, not flat. We all have a natural curve. But your back should be straight. Okay, this takes work. It takes work in the belly muscles as well. Deep breath, inhale. You can use both arms if you're not using the wall. Deep breath. Santosha, right? Contentment, play. Exhale completely. One more breath. Just like you did on your back. Take your right hand to your hip. If you have whatever standing leg you're on, right? If you're doing the same side that I am, or if you're mirror imaging, open your leg that's on the strap out to the side. Again, I'm trying not to lean back. So I have to use my belly muscles a lot to stay forward. It's not easy. One more breath. And then just like you did on your back into center. Now switch. The arm goes to the strap and you're gonna twist. So to twist, I'm not gonna take the foot too far across my body. I want my hips to remain neutral. Instead, I'm gonna open my arm back. And for this one, like for me, it's easier to kind of walk my hands forward, but I'm open in the hamstrings, right? Not everyone will be. If you can take your gaze back, do so. Take a deep breath. All right, and release. Shake it out, shake it out. See, it's not as easy as it looks. And I think it's fun. Challenging. Santosha, be content. All right, we have a few more minutes. Good, 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 good. All right, second side. Stand on your right leg or left leg. If you're mirror imaging me, you're gonna stand on your right leg. Take your opposite foot forward. Remember, you can use a wall, right? Deep breath, use your belly muscles. Stand tall, stand really tall. As if you're trying to bring your chest towards your foot and your foot towards your chest. Standing leg is like a jackhammer. No, it's the wrong image. It's almost like if you were to take a knife and you were to toss it into a wooden block and it would just stick, right? Because you toss it quickly and that tip of the knife sticks. Same thing, you want to stick your foot into the ground, press down. Now switch arms, open up. Keep your hips as neutral as possible. Try not to let them move with your foot. Remember, you're still imagining that you're on your back on the floor, so your back doesn't move. I'm wobblier on this side, right? One more breath. And then move into the twist. Now you switch hands, open your opposite arm back, push down with your standing leg, reach with your front leg, maybe take your gaze back, reach, 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 reach. Exhale and release. Shake it out, shake it out. Okay. Inhale. We're going to move back down to the floor. Really nice and slow. Inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, bend your knees, take your hands down. Bring your left foot back, bring your left knee down. Walk your right foot across for just a quick pigeon stretch. You can stay up or you can lower down. We're not here for too long. I want to make sure we have some time to meditate. Relax the head. Breathe into the front leg, breathe into the back leg. And then slowly come back up. Come back to hands and knees pose. Step your left foot forward. Walk your right knee back. Walk your left foot across. Excuse me. Pigeon pose. Take a deep breath. Either lower all the way down or stay upright. Breathe. Breathe into the front hip. Breathe into that back leg. One more breath. Exhale completely. Okay, come onto your back today for Shavasana, final resting pose. I'm going to talk you through it in seated, but you're going to lay down slowly, let your feet open slightly or to the edges of your mat. Turn your palms up to the sky. You can softly roll to the right, roll to left a few times if you want to adjust your body. Let your head feel relaxed. And as you lay here on your mat, notice your breath one more time. Notice how it's moving through your body. Notice if there's a big difference, maybe in certain parts of your body you feel more worked or more open or both. Notice the mind. If the mind is active, observe the mind. Okay, so your mind is not you. The fact that you can observe it and you can notice it means it's separate from you. So become greater than the mind. The mind has a job, but it's nice to make sure that we give the mind a break and that we take control, because the mind's job tends to be to worry and create all kinds of things that are unnecessary for us to focus on. So turn down the dial on the mind, turn up the dial on your inner self, turn up the dial on your inner strength. Imagine your body as pure energy, pure light. And you can either focus on your heart, or if it helps, place one hand on your heart. And as you focus on the heart center and you visualize the body as light, invite santosha, invite contentment into your body. And so that right now, especially right now when things are very different, we can be okay, we can be content, we can be satisfied, we can even be joyful with what we have. You know, we can be okay with the things that aren't so pleasant. We can accept them for what they are. We can find gratitude for the things that are just the way they've always been. And we can find joy for perhaps the things that are nicer than they have been. As maybe you get to spend more time with your family, more time with your pets. Maybe you get to explore your mind more. Maybe you get to do something you've never done before. You can find joy for all of those things. Go ahead, if you have one hand on your heart, place your second hand over it, seal it in. If you don't have your hands on your heart, place one hand on your heart and then the other. Stay on your back for now. Take a deep breath. Exhale everything else out. One more breath, inhaling and exhaling. Release your arms, stretch up to the sky, stretch your arms, stretch your legs. Roll around, come back to a seat. If you're doing this with family or friends, face each other. So if you can, form a circle so you're honoring everyone that's in your home. Otherwise, face each other through the camera. And bring your palms together. Take a gentle breath. Exhale, let everything else go. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for playing with me today.